Okay, welcome back to I Drank the Kool-Aid Part 3. So what does all this mean? I'm trying to sum this up. God. So this is the way I work, and then I'm going to kind of compare it to how other guys work. There's no right or wrong, but this is just the way I work. I try to keep it simple. Simple for me. Simple mind. I have a simple mind. So if I open this up, what happened? Why isn't it the upper framing plan? Let's try this one. I don't get it. I open this up. It's a lower framing anno set, lower framing layer set, and the ref set is lower framing ref set. It all makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. And as I'm editing this thing, I'm thinking, okay, I did this change right here. This is a smaller one or whatever. But now I want to go ahead and edit my floor plan. So I just come up here to well, we all know this is called the active annotation set control, but I'd like to think it's the Riano. I think it's a Riano controller, but it's in actuality it's the Yano controller. It doesn't control the ref set. So this is simply what I do. I simply come over here and I go floor plan, which floor plan nano set affects the floor plan layer set, which does not affect the ref set. So it's a Yano. It's not a Riano. It's a Yano. I wish it was a Riano, but it's a Yano. So then I have to come over here to change this ref set to floor plan. But that's not really a big deal when I'm editing. So it's not a big deal to me. But if I had my druthers, I like it to be a Riano instead of a Yano. But it's a Yano. And so that's how I work. If I want to start working on my electrical plan, I go over here to my Yano selector, and I select the electrical plan. And now, I got my electrical. Yeah, I mean, there's some electrical on here. This is the A4 floor plan electric Yano set. I wish it was the Riano set, but it's the Yano set. It doesn't control the ref set. So I have to go over here, and if it's important to me, I go over here and I select the A4 floor plan. Where's my ref set? Maybe don't even have one. Ref, yeah, A4 floor plan like ref set. I wish it was a Riano, but it's not. It's a Yano. When I flip up, and so that's the way I work. I just flip one button. This one button up here. It's the Riano or the Yano selector. Now Joe and Perry, they like to come up here and they select I think they like to select the nano set of say the floor plan nano set, and then they come over here and they select the layer set. I think I talked to Joe about this. That's what and that works for him. So he selects the ano set, and so he has fewer ano sets than I do. He has fewer ano sets than I do because this ano set that he chooses for this right here will also work for several layer sets. Did you hear what I just said? His ref set, I think, hope I'm not talking out of school. His ref set applies to several layer sets. So he minimizes his number of ano sets, which is what some people complain about or comment on what I do. I have 1,000. Oh, here's on my. How many ano sets do I have? A1. Oh, these are Chiefs. I don't even use them. I don't even know how they work anymore. I just don't. But all these are my ano sets. Oh, down here, all the capital letters. So it's down to here. I never use these. I never use that. So it's really, this is from here to here are my ano sets. Is that a lot of ano sets? I don't know. Maybe it is a lot of ano sets, but they all work for me. Anyway, anyway. But see, I don't select layer sets. I just select ano sets. Because the ano sets select the layer set. I wish it would select the ref set, but it doesn't. So it's a Yano. This is my Yano selector. My Yano. So whereas Perry and Joe, if I'm not mistaken, they select their ano set, and then they come over here and they select the layer set that goes with the ano set. So they minimize the number of ano sets, but they have to do two selections. I only do one. I just select this. I just select that. That's electrical. Or I select upper framing. That's all I do. And that determines the layer set and the ano set. I wish it would determine the ref set, but it doesn't. But that's not that big of a deal because it's already set to layout and stuff. But if I had my druthers, it would. And that's for plan views. Stop. Now the question is, why do I have so many anon sets? I have so many anon sets because anon sets are king. Remember? We've been talking about that. What does king mean? Anon sets are king. When I say anon sets are king, that means my anon set selects my layer set because that's the way I have it set up. Some people, KT is one, doesn't think that the anon set should select the layer set. And he doesn't think the layer set should set up the anon set. I don't think. So whenever he switches from view to view, he has to do two setups. He has to first of all select his anon set, and then he comes over here and selects his layer set. I think that's what he does. Works for him. Fine. Works for me that I just have to select one. I just have to select my Yano. My Yano. I wish it was the Rihanna, but it's the Yano. It's not the Rihanna because it doesn't select the ref set. You understand what I'm saying? And so Chief, I think, fell short. I think Chief fell short. Let me see something here. R. Yeah. So if here's my anon set, A4 floor plan, it selects this layer set. If I select look at that. If I select that anon set, it selects that layer set. There should be another button down here. There should be another option that says, doesn't say layer set, it says ref set. What ref set is affected when I select that right here? When I select that there, what ref set's being affected? That's where Chief fell short. There should be another button under here that says ref set. But this goes back to what Jim's talking about. The tail wagging the dog. I have to work this way because Chief set it up that anon sets are king. Anon sets are king. I think if layer sets were king, and I'm not going to go into details, but if Chief had initially set it up as layer sets are king, the dog wags the tail doesn't wag the dog, which is Jim's beef. And if it was set up the way Jim would like to see it, I mean, Perry and Joe are happy with the way it's set up, but set up the way Jim has it set up, which I'm starting to believe is if I had my way, that's the way I would set it up. I think some of my ref sets could relate to several different layer sets. So I could save the number of ref sets, anon sets. I could limit my number of anon sets. But I have to have those number of anon sets because my anon sets control the layer set. I have to have a certain number of anon sets because they control the layer sets. If the layer sets were king, I could probably limit the number of ref sets. Not a big deal. I get it. Now KT. So what would KT do? I don't know. I think a default set or last use. I mean, is there another way of doing this? I forgot how that worked. If you select a particular anon set, then it doesn't. It selects the last use refs. Last use. If you select a layer set, it uses the last use anon set, or if you select the anon set, it uses the last set. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. It seems to me that it makes more sense that I'm gonna select my Rihanna. I'm gonna set my Rihanna, my electrical. It automatically selects my layer set and automatically sets my ref set. Just one setting. That's why I have so many. It works for me. Stop. I'm going to go on to part 4. I'm going to end this part 3 right now and go on to part 4. And I'm going to see if I can kind of sum this up. I'm going to see if I can sum this up and make it kind of sort of... Hey, look, I'm just trying to... I think it's always good to kind of go back and review how we do things. And I've been doing it this way for 3 or 4 years now. And so I think I'm going to do myself a favor by going back and sort of reviewing how I do things and seeing if things have changed. If it's still a valid approach. So I'm going to go on to number 4 and just blabber on some more. End of part 3.